Hey up YouTube. Today we're going to be looking at things you may want to be sowing now in, where are we? In January, early January. As you will have already seen, I've already done my chilli seeds. They're upstairs in the grow tent. We will be having a look at those at the end of this video. They're under the Spiderfarmer SF1000 grow light, which is doing an amazing job. Can't fault it in the slightest. Today we're going to be putting some extra things in the grow tent, or at least one extra thing in the grow tent, in something that you saw come in the Sutton's mystery box, and that is the Sutton's Sow and Grow. So without further ado, we'll get on. I'll get this ready and we'll get on. In fact, I'll show you me getting this ready, so I'll see you in a sec. Right guys, I'm going to really complicate matters. Because I found some other things that I want to sow as well. So what these trays are is simply a load of Jiffy Pellets for 12, and then a nice simple little lid to get them started. Handy, really handy, worth looking after. Probably don't want to do what I'm about to do because it probably is going to degrade the plastic, but you know what? It's a lot better way to start these Jiffy pods. Hot water, in this case boiling water. The reason I'm using boiling water is twofold. One is these Jiffy Pellets, if you put them in cold water, will expand in about 6 minutes. Put them in boiling water, they'll expand in about 30 seconds. The second reason that I'm putting them in boiling water is for the same reason that I've put the compost that I'm going to be using today in the oven. Obviously this time of year, these plants, these seeds, are going to remain indoors. With that comes one of the biggest problems, really, one of the biggest pests, and that's fungus gnat. Fungus gnat is not only unsightly, but it can be irritant to myself and my children. I tend to find they actually bite. I don't know whether that's fruit fly or fungus gnat, or if they're the one and the same thing. But soaking your Jiffy Pellets in boiling water, putting your compost in the oven, which I need to get it out, will reduce massively. Now in these, really, you shouldn't have an issue with fungus gnat. They are extremely dry and obviously mechanically compressed. So the eggs, in theory, have been destroyed. In theory. So better to be safe than sorry. And all I'm going to do is fill this tray slowly with boiling water, and then once the pellets start, I can pour a bit faster. And it's surprising how much water you need for this process. So I'm going to get these expanded. I'm going to get the compost out of the oven. I'm going to let everything cool, and then we're going to come back and sow some seeds in January. So now I'm ready to sow. I'm going to bring the camera in so you can see what I'm doing on the tray. What I actually wanted to sow in these trays, but having marked them out, what I've decided to try is, I can't remember the name of the technique. But as you can see, what may not be showing up on camera, I can't quite tell, is I've did lots of little holes, just with the back of a pen, to sow the seeds in. I'm going to start with these Zabroon Shallots from Grow Seed, and I'm going to be testing a seed depositor. that I just picked up from B&Q, because that's where I went for this seed tray. And we'll see how we get on. Because trying to sow seeds, especially things like onion seeds, is a fiddly old job. There we go. So what I'm hoping to be able to do is just get the seed depositor, deposit a whole packet of seeds in there. Don't dispose the packet, because you never know, you may not use them all. Slide these guys back in there. One of them has got into the rim, but hey ho. And then on this one, once again, I don't know if it'll show up on camera, there's lots of little markers for the amount of seed you wanted to deposit. And I'm not sure if the marker stated as 1 is, oh it is, it's let one through. Oh. And I missed. And I'm just going to go around I think I might want to set it to the second setting. And sow me seeds, so to speak. This is a bit fiddly. Let's try letting 2 through. Until all the seeds have gone, or all the holes are filled. So I'll see you after I've done that. Okay, camera shut off halfway through filming that. But you didn't need me to see me sow all those seeds, did you really? So in this tray, we've got some Bedfordshire Champion onions. Never grown these before, so that'll be fun to see. And then in this tray, we've got some Zabroon Shallots. I'm going to cover these with some more compost that's been in the oven. And then we'll move on to the Jiffy plugs, which is going to have a bit of an assortment in, so I'm going to need a few plant labels. Bedfordshire Champion onions. So pop these off to one side while I wait for that second lot of compost to cool. And then we'll cover them over with some more compost. That needs a thicker layer than it should get, but it just means that the onions will take longer to break the surface, which is not a problem. The only problem I have with the pellets is that there's nowhere to stick your plant labels. You can't stick them in. You have to kind of pop them down the back there, which is a bit of a pain in the backside, especially if you're going to use that lid. But in this one, I'm going to sow some of the aubergine from Kitchen Garden, so they're the long purple. Aubergines from Kitchen Garden, from Grow Your Own. These are the Viserba 3s. And then the ones I actually got that I wanted to sow are aubergine Bonica F1s from Grow Seed. And then just to fill this tray, because I'm literally just going to do 2 of each aubergine, because if 1 of each type grows, it's probably more than I actually want. Just to fill the tray up then, I'm just going to throw some jalapeno seeds in on the end. So with these Jiffy plugs, you do need to make a little divot for your seeds. There's an open end and a closed end. Now with these trays, it looks like the majority of them, or in my case all of them, are the right way up in the tray, but in case they're not, there is a right way and a wrong way, and it is obvious. One end's got a divot on, one end hasn't. So I'm just going to put some little holes in these for the seeds, And we'll start with the grow seed with the Bonica. It's been my first year growing aubergines. I've never grown aubergines before. So, a bit of an experiment. I didn't think the kids would like them, and then I did a sort of moussaka, and I did some roasted aubergines. And they actually really liked it. Didn't expect small seeds. So we'll have 2 of the Bonica F1s. Don't forget all these seeds from Grow Seed. They were gifted to me. This is not a sponsored episode, but they did gift me the seeds for an honest review, and that's exactly what they're getting, and they're fully aware of that. They sound like they're loose inside there. Who needs 150 aubergine seeds? Aubergine seeds? Oh dear. Anyway, I suppose people who really like aubergines want 150 aubergine seeds. Don't forget growseed.co.uk. Use code ConvoShed at checkout for 5% off your order total. So then we've got the aubergine Vibersa 3. Then we've got the aubergine long purple. Now, aubergines do require a long season. They're not native to our... I know these are going to get messed up, but I'm not doing it for comparison, so I'm not overly worried. Lid on. Like I said, these will go into the grow tent now. You could, like I said, quite happily put these on a windowsill. In fact, no, I'm not done yet. What you need to do is squidge the pellets a little bit, cover the seeds up. These Jiffy Pellets, from the ones that I did on the live stream with the chilies in, stay moist for a very long time. So these will go in the grow tent upstairs. So we'll go upstairs now and we'll have a look in the grow tent, see how things are doing. There's only the chili seeds in there, but we'll go have a look. Right, so as you can see, these are the chili seeds that have been under the Spiderfarmer. Now these hot lemon across the front here, they were actually the first to germinate. The cover wasn't on, and neither was the light for a couple of days, so they started to stretch a little bit. You see they're still lovely and green. The ones that are truer to the performance of the light are these guys up the back here. These are the habaneros, these are cayennes. The hot wax have had really poor germination on, but looking, they are coming. You can see up the back here, lovely green little saplings. What I'm impressed about with it when it comes to the Jiffy Pellets is not one so far has got a leaf casing stuck on it, which goes to show the moisture retention. I don't know how moist they are. Do they need watering yet? No, they still don't need watering, and these haven't been watered since sowing. So at the point of you're seeing this, 3 weeks, point of recording 3 weeks, they have had no water. I do need to open up, or remember to open up the ventilation on this tent by day. You can see these were treated with the boiling water. These, and we've got nothing flying around in here, nothing untoward. But the quality of these little seedlings that are sat under this little Spiderfarmer SF1000 is amazing. They've not really got any lean on them, as you saw when I first opened the tent. They're normally off to one side, so they're not directly under the light. And yeah, I'm absolutely blown away, and I can't recommend these lights enough. Its usage, I think it's costing me about, to be on for 12 hours, it's costing me somewhere between 2 and 5 pence per day. If you're a dedicated grower and you're wanting something to grow and start things early in the season, so you can start your tomatoes early, your aubergines, as you've seen, your chilies really early, so you get a nice long season, especially on the likes of the hot ones, sort of habanero and upwards. You get a lovely long season, which in turn improves your yield. It improves how many plants you ultimately end up with, or how many fruit you ultimately end up with, should I say. You can quite happily go from start to finish under one of these lights. They will see you through an entire season from start to finish, if that's what you choose. So yeah, absolutely blown away, well happy. As regular viewers will know, last year I had 2 cheap Amazon LEDs. They did work, but the quality of the plants was a lot lower. It took a lot more care. I had to nip out all the plants, which is something that I will probably do again this year on some of them. What I have got this year is I've got a much better basis for a direct comparison between the arguments of nipping out and not nipping out, which I'm actually looking forward to doing. You know, I like an experiment here. But if you're an adamant grower, I've got no other heat source in here apart from the light now, and it keeps it at a lovely temperature when the light is on. The tent maintains that temperature through the day. However, I am going to start opening up the vents on the side just to stop it getting that damp, and more importantly to stop black mold growth, because obviously you don't want that. But this light up here, I'll try and show you without blinding you too much. I cannot recommend enough. Full spectrum, start to finish, fully dimmable. Not that that'll be showing up on camera, but fully dimmable. I'm running it at the moment at about 50% for 12 hours a day. So as this fills up, I will crank the brightness up, and the reflective surface will hopefully take care of the rest. So that's going to be it from me today. Don't forget, please like, share and subscribe. I hope you've seen some useful hints and tips. I hope you get growing, and I hope you have a successful start to your growing season. I hope you've had a good Christmas. I hope you've had a good New Year's celebration, and I hope you've stayed safe. From me to you, all the best for 2021. Happy growing, and I'll see you later.